Hello, here is Lost Cosmonaut with the second mission of the Morning Sun campaign in the game Order of Battle World War II. This is specifically the campaign in the Second Sino-Japanese War. We are playing as the Japanese. We just took well, it's not the capital of China at that point. We just took Beijing and are, according to our mission description here, in August 1937, after the fall of Beiping, Japanese forces planned further operations in northern China to secure their foothold in the region. So far, so good. Let's start the scenario. I apologize for the load time. And it's churning, and it's churning. Alright, there we go. Let's start the briefing. Chinese forces are still holding large areas in the province of Chahar, west of Beiping. From there, they could mount a counterattack or threaten our allies in Inner Mongolia. Our objective is to destroy the enemy as we move westwards from Beiping and secure positions along the railroad of Zhangjiakou. To support this operation, the Chahar Expeditionary Force has been assembled north of Zhangbei. Careful coordination with this army will allow us to attack the Chinese defenses from several directions. Further west, our Mongolian allies are covering the western flank. This force is small and untested, however, and may need some assistance to stand against a potential Chinese counterattack. Good. Chinese units must not be allowed to retreat into the mountain regions of Chahar, or they will continue to threaten our recent territorial gains. Okay, let's start. Secure the railroad, the rest of the province, and destroy an enemy fighter as a secondary objective. Right. So the rest of the province is going to be these two places. You can identify essential mission objectives by the small gold star that mounted on top of the flag that identifies them. So let's just look at our layout again. I don't think we're going to deploy our core troops here in the north, since those seem to be fairly decently stocked already. First of all, our reconnaissance planes. Maybe we're going to purchase another. That was a fighter, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. It's going to help us, although. How much money? Oh, we do have quite a bit of money, so carrier plane doesn't have any. Ah, no, that's a bomber. Okay. No, we're going to stick with him, but we will purchase a fighter. That's a dog fighter. Okay, we're going to purchase that one and deploy him. Since he has a dogfighter trait, he will specialize in engaging enemy fighters. Or he is specialized in engaging enemy fighters. So let's get our troops in here. Lots of heavy infantry. Although I'm going to spare those and deploy a bit of artillery instead. And maybe buy an additional artillery unit. Let's go back to purchases. Come on. Artillery. There. And we're going to have them mobilized. We can put them there. And we could still buy another. Or we could deploy the anti-air gun. Or more infantry. Okay, let's work with two artillery units for now. And you don't not use our anti-air gun, and just hope that the fighter will get the job done. So, first turn. Was our reconnaissance plane? There is our reconnaissance plane. So they have an artillery unit there. Let's check how far our our troops can move. Oh, not very far. The deployment isn't ideal. Alright, let's start moving. They conduct? No, they're not yet in range. No, I don't need the tactical bomber. Need the artillery unit. There we go. Well, then now actually the tactical bomber can help reduce our enemy's combat efficiency. Yeah, I apologize for the slow frame rates. Which really shouldn't be the case on a game like this, not on a computer like this. I'm not saying that my machine is the best, obviously, but it should be better than that. We're going to go back to the south in a moment. First, I want to finalize our deployment here. Let's move them. Let's reinforce our Mongolian allies. And then we're going to start making our way down here. Let's put them there. Deploy some infantry to support the tanks instead. Now we can leave the cannon up there where it is for now. And end our turn. Kind of expecting more action there. Okay, the tank is moving into combat. Before we launch our, we forgot to. Well. Let's leave those there. You can actually move there, so we're going to do that. Is that not militia too, or is that... Okay, that's regular infantry. So we're going to concentrate the mortar and the artillery fire on the regular infantry division here. Since they will pose the main threat to us. Or they have a considerably greater potential to damage us than the militia units. Great. Now, where did we park our tactical bomber again? There he is. With a little bit of luck, we'll be able to annihilate them that way. No, we didn't. Oh well. Let's go exploring a bit with our reconnaissance plane. Move the fighter tick forward as well. Back to the north. Start moving in. Bring the artillery forward. And end our turn. And there comes their fighter. It is a bit tricky to try to take the fighter down just with our fighter, so in hindsight it may prove to have been the more intelligent choice to deploy our anti-tank gun as well. But well, especially since he seriously outclasses our fighter. Well, we do still have the means to purchase another unit. Well, not to deploy an infantry unit, unfortunately, but we have enough to deploy another fighter. So we're going to try to win this by deploying. Oh, look, there was a reconnaissance unit there. Now, I don't want to purchase anything. I don't expect we'll have many difficulties here in the north, since it's all pretty flat here. What bothers me a bit is that, well, you see these hills and these mountains. I'm a bit worried that some of their units may take to these, where their mobility will be reduced, yes, but where they can hold out, so to speak, until we finally dealt with them, and we will have to deal with them if they do that, because otherwise they're just going to cut off our supply lines. And I don't want to have a whole army here trying to move forward without supply. Obviously, this is that's a basic. We're not going to attack the militia yet. We're just going to annihilate their infantry unit there. Oh, and maybe move forward. Okay, they're all in range of the militia unit, not, well, rather the militia unit is within the range of our artillery. Honestly, yeah, I want to keep him on the road. Well, maybe not. Okay, I'm going to move the tank here, since it's the only place that we can... since that tile is the only tile where we could move that heavy infantry unit without it switching to its motorized transportation, to trucks, basically. Now, I suspect that there will be another unit posted in that town there. Yeah, of course there is. Let's reinforce and spare our forces. Maybe conduct the infantry, the artillery attack on the militia unit now. It doesn't deal a lot of damage immediately, but it does reduce the efficiency of the unit. You can tell that by the color of the little hit point indicator there. So we could attack. I'm going to attack with the tank first to weaken them a bit. There you see, 3 hit points down, and the color of the hit points changed. Go. Now up here we still have. Do we still have motion left? Yeah. We know that there's a heavy infantry unit there. We're going to approach with the light tank from this side. Isn't it? Okay. Get the heavy tank in there. Well, impossible, unfortunately. Maybe I should have revealed that unit by moving another unit into an adjacent tile before shifting our tank there. I'm sorry, small mistake. And with the cavalry, I don't know yet what we're going to do. Let's just move it there. As of yet, the enemy doesn't seem to be attacking from the west here. So let's end our turn. We will definitely have to soften that heavy infantry unit with the artillery in the north before we attempt attacking that town. Here we're just going to keep reinforcing that unit. Ah, these hills. The roads aren't good enough to really enable us to move quickly. Ah, wonderful. And we can actually target their fighter with our new fighter. I can't wait until we finally get better planes. I imagine he's going to retreat in his next turn now. With a little bit of luck, we'll be able to pursue him. Not pourchasser, to pursue. And yeah, artillery attack again. A quick warning for when you play. The artillery does exhaust pretty quickly, meaning that you can't use it to attack anymore. Until, well, a turn or two later when they've recovered their morale, so to speak, or their fighting condition. Therefore, I would I would purchase a lot of heavy infantry when you play. Tanks aren't as good, unfortunately, as you would hope, and expensive, for that matter, as well as not particularly mobile. Heavy infantry, on the other hand, with their mortar attacks, can accomplish many of the roles that artillery does, for example, are more affordable than tanks, and hold their own in a fight anyway. So there, now we can move in and maybe block off a direct access to our artillery with the cavalry. So let's begin the bombardment there. Buff, we could risk an attack with the cavalry. It's balanced odds, 1-to-1. Let's see what the odds on the tank are. 2-to-1 is better, but he does have support by that infantry unit there. What about here? No, I think the defenders in that town there will go untouched for a little while longer. But let us attack here with the heavy tank first to chip away at the Chinese heavy infantry posted in that town. So here, I mean. And then, well, risk an attack with the cavalry. And not engage the units in that town until we have better odds. Until, for example, we've taken this town here and are able to occupy that tile there as well. So let's end our turn. That unit up there is exhausting itself, really. Let me just there. Well, they're more or less dead. I think we can take care of them with the heavy infantry here. Not only take care of them, but annihilate that unit. Excellent. I think that artillery gun actually can target their artillery gun and deal some damage. Wonderful. Let's start moving our artillery up. Let's reinforce our tactical bomber, which hasn't been very useful so far. Let's reinforce that unit. Just mortar their cannon a bit more. We're not going to move into that empty tile since I want to use the tank to move forward and, by the way, annihilate their artillery. There. Now, in the meantime, we can use this fighter plane to find out where their fighter plane retreated. Hopefully, he's still within range of. Yeah, he is. Wonderful. So, quite possibly, we will be able to. No, we weren't. That's unfortunate. But we'll keep pursuing him. Wait, there's an airfield there, so he may be able to land before we can actually get him. But assuming they don't have anti-air defenses there, which we will find out by using the scout down here, actually, the reconnaissance plane down here, we will be able to just bomb him on the ground. Did the secondary objective specify we had to do it in an air? No. Okay, so any which way we destroy an enemy fighter, it will count. They've already attacked. Okay, so back to the north. Still hitting on that heavy infantry. Okay, so if we move into that tile with this infantry unit here, we will have to confront a fresh division of theirs with odds that aren't in our favor, 2 to 3. So instead we'll move in with the cavalry. And hopefully annihilate that unit. Let's see. If we do, yeah, okay. In that case, I'm going to move forward with that cavalry unit. get the infantry in there. And now we can begin attacking these guys, I think. No, this odds still aren't in our favor. So we're going to wait until we've dedicated at least some artillery fire on the infantry, on the enemy entrenched there. However, before we do that, I'm going to pause this recording here. I think I'm going to play this mission every 5 rounds. 5 rounds, end recording. Well, see you in the next recording.